League of Legends or Overwatch?
It's League of Legends next week.
Cool. Are we gonna have any other broadcasts by Chris?
It shouldn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the British Esports Championships. My name is Vlad, I go by Waxen, and I have the pleasure of being your host for today. We are now back in action. The half term is over, and we are starting this week again with Rocket League on stream. Next week, we will have League of Legends, and the week after that, we are back with Overwatch. More than that, next Tuesday on the 10th of November, we are organizing an Esport Education Summit, a free informative summit for teachers, parents, and faculty members, or anyone who is interested in learning about esports within the education space. It starts around 1 p.m. next Tuesday. A few weeks later, on Saturday, the 28th of November, at 1 p.m. and on Sunday at 1 p.m., we are organizing the Scottish Rocket League Tournament. It starts at around 1 p.m. GMT, and 8 colleges from Scotland will be taking part to find out who is the best in one weekend of a fun first elimination tournament. Now let's look at today. What are we expecting for today? We've got 2 great Rocket League games between the Chesterfield Alpha and the Sunderland Seers 1 that will commence very shortly. And then after that, our second game of the day will be between the Bridgend Cobras and the Bohunt School of Worthing. But to talk more in depth about that, I want to invite my colleagues and casters, Tofu Elliott and Bass.
Wow, good afternoon, Waxen. How are you? How is it? It's been it's going to be a good afternoon of Rocket League. I'm quite excited to get underway. Joined today for the first time by Bass. How are you feeling about the cast?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I can't wait to get it all started.
I'm so glad that we're back in first week after the half term with Rocket League, obviously my favorite title that we have running in the British Esports Championships. But I want to ask you guys, what shall we expect from today's first best of 5 between the Chesterfield Alpha and the Sunderland Seers?
Well, it's always a close game whenever we cast these events. Every few weeks when we actually get the opportunity to watch some really good games of Rocket League here. With the British Esports Championships. And we've got 2 good teams today, Sunderland Seers, Chesterfield Alphas. It's really hard to honestly pass these guys and to tell who's going to be able to come away with the victory this far in advance. I think we'll have a better idea after the first couple of games, but in a best of 5, things can change pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, until you can see the game and figure out what kind of game plan these 2 teams have, you can never really call it.
Absolutely. I'm actually looking forward to both of our games today because from what I've seen in the leaderboard, the teams are pretty well matched. So it should make for some very, very entertaining Rocket League games. I hope for, at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really interesting one today. To be honest with you, I'm excited to see what this Chesterfield Alpha team can do. I think that they're gonna give us something interesting. But I suppose that needs to be seen in game.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I've been thinking of, having a almost 2-week break before, they played last 2 Wednesdays ago, and now maybe we will see some people be a bit rusty if they haven't, practiced or they haven't played, obviously, last Wednesday because of the half term. So that's going to be interesting because I'm sometimes expecting teams to come in as good as, they performed before, but maybe they won't because they had a week off.
It's entirely possible. It depends how much they've been playing on their own time. I mean, there's every opportunity to play Rocket League if you've had a week off, and I think that it'll be a testament to the commitment of some of the players, particularly the ones that want to do well here, to make sure that they have been playing even in the downtime.
Yeah, I mean, you can either see it as they've had half term and they haven't been able to play, or you can see it as they've had half term and all they've done is play. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting dynamic to follow today. We're also looking at the next game of the day, the second game of the day between the Bridgend Cobras and the Bohunt School Worthing, which I honestly have not actually been looking that much at their games. But have you guys checked them out? Do you know what we could expect in that game, maybe?
I mean, again, you can always expect a close game, and you can't count any team out until there's no time left.
It's gonna be. To be honest with you, I think both of these games are going to be too close to call in advance. But Bohunt School Worthing, I don't know. There's just something about that name. We'll have to see in an hour's time, and maybe I'll regret ever saying that. But in the meantime, I think let's see what these teams can do. I'm very excited to get this first one underway. We're just sorting a little technical difficulty so that we can get the other team in. But it's to be honest with you, I'm just looking for an entertaining game. If both teams can come out and play the way that we know they're capable of, and play to the level that that they can play to, then it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really interesting one to watch and to cast. So I'm excited.
I also want to thank everyone at home that's coming and watching us and supporting us today. We will be here every Wednesday for the next month until Christmas break. And like I said, we also have a few extra dates on the 10th and on the 28th. That should be very entertaining. The Esports Summit on the 10th and the Scottish Championships on the 28th and the 29th. So for more Rocket League, that's definitely the weekend for you to keep an eye out for. What else can I say? I'm back, just so excited to be back into action after that 1 week break. I feel like I'm so much more energized that I just want to see some of the best Rocket League we have in the UK.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to be really good.
Yeah, it's you can't, like I said earlier, you can't count anyone out, and I think there's just so much raw skill in all of these teams, and it's just I feel like a lot of it's yet to be seen.
I think that one of the biggest things that we're going to see here tonight, and particularly with younger players, is how well can they work as a team. When we watch these teams go head to head, often the thing that separates them is how can they come together, how can they work as a unit rather than just playing as individual players on a field, and the team that can come out here and use their teammates, find their teammates, communicate better, and work as one solid unit is going to be the team to walk away with the victory here.
I definitely agree with that. One of the things that I noticed, especially when we last casted Rocket League a month ago, is that some of the plays were fantastic individually, but that didn't necessarily always mean that the team had the best results or the team won. But now we're actually going to jump straight into the game between the Chesterfield Alpha and Sunderland Seers. Boys, take it away.
Well, we have the Sunderland Seers in blue up against the Chesterfield Alphas, the team in orange, and it's a confusing kickoff to start the game. A little bit of an overcommit from both sides. Sens takes it up the wall, but leaves it there, opting to get down into the fray. Kuna Spooner can't quite get that one round the corner. Josh Iwashi plays it into the midfield. Blazeburner opting to leave Vixie come and get it, turning onto the ball, trying to get it into the net himself, but can't quite solidify a shot on it. Nice big clear. Josh pass into the mid, not going to meet a blue player, and it's a little bit of a free-for-all here in the opening scenes of this Game 1 matchup.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm definitely seeing some more playing on the back foot from Chesterfield Alpha. They had a strong start, but it just looks like the Sunderland Seers are really handing it to them in the attacking side.
Blazeburner up off of the wall, get a big boom downfield. Spooner not quite able to get anything on it, but Sainz at least able to get it clear as far as Vixie, but that's going to be in front of the orange net again. Still 0-0 here after a minute. Orange trying to clear their lines, but that's almost a very nice shot from Josh Wash there. Vixie off the backboard, sends it there, reads it well, controls it into the corner for Lafard to get downfield. Keeps the pressure on. It's good. It's well worked. Vixie's up to clear. And the Sunderland Seers have an opportunity here. Blade Burner can't quite turn onto it in time, but Orange are not able to clear their territory. And the pressure here from Sunderland Seers is good, but they just don't seem able to finish any of the opportunities they're creating.
Yeah, definitely. I think both teams have a very strong defensive side. Saying this, the ball always gets through and somehow always manages to get cleared. As they keep a nice, cool, calm, collective, and working very well as a team.
Lafar able to get that one out to the right-hand side, but it's still pressure from Sunderland here as the team in blue try to get this ball across in front of the orange net. Decent block from Spooner. Lafar comes out. Sains with a great clear off of his own backboard. Finds space down the right wing, but no one in orange able to take advantage as Blazeburner uses the ceiling to his advantage there. Spooner plays it out to the side. Sens can't find a touch. Spooner fakes it into the mid. Blazeburner double committing with Josh Wash there, and the ball falls loose in mid. Blazeburner trying to clear it up, but only gets a pass off in the end to an orange player. But that is a wonderful interception. Downfield into the back of an open orange net. Sunderland Seers take the lead.
Now that was really good from Burner there, and there's just no defense on the Sunderland side that can stop that. They made a little bit of a mistake, and they paid the price for it.
Underway again here. Just over 2 minutes left to play in this first game. Josh Wash coming down off of the corner, able to find space on the left. Sens looking to turn on it and does so well, but Vuxi is the only one there to receive. Lafar getting a pinch with the wall upfield into the corner, but Blazeburner is going to take that one out quickly. Spooner faking it for Sains to come and get a good clear up into the blue corner. Vuxi misses the touch off of the backboard, and Sains buries it. Great punishment, and that's going to bring things all square.
Yeah, I think again the Sunderland Seers. What else can you want from them? They went 1-0 down. Now they've made the comeback, and that should give them a little bit more of a confidence boost. Who knows? I guess we'll find out in the next 2 minutes.
Spooner trying to get the 50 there, but doesn't quite manage it. Josh washes up for a huge aerial there. Takes a defensive double commit to get it clear, but that miss from Vuxi leads Blazeburner alone at the back. No ceiling bounce there. Lafar not quite able to get the touch in the air. Sains with a very important block in front of net. Blues very, very heavily overcommitted here. If they don't score, they will be very exposed at the back as Chesterfield try to break downfield. And there is a snapshot from mid, the post, keeping Sunderland Seers in this, because that would definitely have been 2-1 if it was on target.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Chesterfield Alpha are just getting a little bit too aggressive. They do need to keep that in a bit of check. But saying this, they've got some good opportunities. But Sunderland Seers are pretty good at defending at the moment.
Spooner not able to clear it beyond Blaze. Vixie almost with an absolutely phenomenal redirect there. Sains trying to find some space down the right-hand side. Chesterfield Alpha look to clear their lines, but Blazeburner is there. 30 seconds left on the clock as that one rolls in front of the orange net. Chesterfield Alpha almost going a goal down in the dying seconds of this game one. Spooner now on the counter-attack. Can't quite find the flick he was looking for. Blazeburner's clear. Only as far as Sains in the midfield, and Alpha have a bit of an opportunity here to create some pressure, create some chances as Lafar plays that off of the corner. Blazeburner with an important touch at the front post. Josh Wash into the mid. Sains is there. He finds the shot, can't find the target. And as the ball drops down here, we are going to see our first overtime.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting with the overtime. What team crumbles under the pressure and what team can rise above it.
Sains, round two there. Vuxi at the back, not able to get the stop. That bump is absolutely glorious. The Blues do manage to keep themselves in it, and they've bought themselves some breathing room here as the ball goes up the orange backboard. Needs to be cleared and is eventually finding a bit of space on the right-hand side. Blazeburner playing this up into the air, following his own touch as that one comes down off of the ceiling. A double commit in the orange defense does leave them a bit vulnerable, but Spooner manages to clear the area, buy them a bit of breathing room. Joshua's touch up to Sains. Sains trying to shoot downfield, but not finding the target, and there's not enough power. That one's off of the crossbar. No one there to maintain the pressure. And this is very back and forth. I think that it's going to be a matter of luck or opportunity to see who gets the deciding goal here. Sends. Looking for the pass into mid, not able to find it though, as Blazeburner goes for the downfield carry. It needs to be stopped, but it is not. No. And he doubles his record this game and takes the first one of the series for Sunderland Seers.
They capitalized on that mistake from the Seers.
Fantastic.
There we go, we got GG in the chat. 2-1 to Sunderland Seers.
From Sunderland Seers, 12 shots in total and 3 saves compared to Chesterfield Alpha's 7 shots and 8 saves. So a much more aggressive game there from Sunderland than Chesterfield. Bass, what do you think Chesterfield have to do if they're going to turn this result around moving forward in the series?
I think they've got to really focus on not overcommitting too much. They've got to watch out for those aerial plays and, yeah, just make sure that they keep level heads. They are 1-0 down, but what can you do? You've got to try and bring this back and try and get the sweep.
What a fantastic game one we had to start off with. An overtime on the first map of today's game. Like, I was so unexpected, but we had like a very interesting mix of style between Chesterfield and Sunderland. And like you said, Tofu Elliott, we had so much more output from Sunderland, and the pressure that finally is what got them the golden goal in the overtime. I do think, though, the Chesterfield is getting warmed up into it, and I think now that they kind of noticed the play style of Sunderland, we will definitely expect a different Chesterfield team all for the map too.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. There's always a bit of first game jitters, particularly when teams are on stream. It takes a lot of confidence to come out all guns blazing, but now both of the teams will have settled down a little bit. It'll be really interesting to see if either Sunderland Seers can keep this momentum going, or if the Chesterfield can, take this opportunity to take a breather, come back, and manage to bring this game back to the Seers and actually get this series back in their favor.
What more can we ask for other than fantastic Rocket League, which is what we saw in the first map? So for everyone watching, please tell your friends and family to come and watch and support these fantastic teams, support the championships, and just enjoy the rest of the Rocket League afternoon. I think we're just moments away from coming back into game 2. I think we're just waiting for the teams to get ready.
Fantastic.
Bass, what do you think about what should we expect from map 2?
If I was Chesterfield, I'd be keeping it back, defensive, and trying to capitalize on Sunderland's mistakes. They were pretty good at doing that in the first match, but Sunderland just had that constant player who was just going back and forth. But trying to stay back, defending, that's going to be your main bit here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Sunderland Seers really did seem a cut above in terms of their aggression, but not very clinical in front of net. And Chesterfield did have a solid defense, coming out and making 8 saves in a single game. So if they can keep that up, and if they can perhaps be a little bit more, have a bit more of that killer instinct on the counter attack and really punish Sunderland Seers for their overcommits offensively, then I think that Chesterfield really won't have a problem getting back into this. But you never know, because as I said, it's a game of momentum, and Sunderland at the moment are the team with all the momentum here.
Definitely. It's a story as old as time. You have the team that actually is fantastic at defending in the Chesterfield Alpha, and then you've got a team that has that like unstoppable aggression like we saw last game from Sunderland. It's a very interesting mixture of styles. But I also wanted to ask you guys, what did you guys make of the individual performance of the players of the both teams on the first map?
Well, you really have to give it to Blazeburner, don't you? Both of the goals for Sunderland Seers there, one in overtime as well under all the pressure. So absolutely phenomenal performance there from him. But Sains, I felt like on the losing side, maybe, but really held it together there for the boys in orange. And I think that if he keeps playing the way he's playing, we're going to see more coming out from him as well.
My cat has just joined me, but I could not agree more. I mean, you got a very aggressive player on one side, and from what we saw, a very good defensive player on the other. And unfortunately, Blaze Burner could just capitalize on the mistakes. But yeah, my cat's loving it at the moment. She's
a big fan of Rocket League.
She's a big fan. I reckon if she could play, she'd be up here.
Like I always said, we always love to see as many people join us and watch. Like I said, from family, parents, pets. Apparently, we are all diverse, and everyone loves to watch some fantastic Rocket League.
And I think what's going to be really interesting here is to see whether or not these teams can get their composure, get confident, and carry on playing not just the game that they were playing in game one, but thinking about how can we adapt, you know. So, for example, Chesterfield Alpha, they know now that Sunderland play a very aggressive game of Rocket League. And more than anything, almost anything else, you have to be able to adapt in this game. And if they can sit down and say to each other in the off game right now, look, we know they're aggressive. If we just absorb the pressure and we play smart Rocket League, we play quick, solid counterattacks, then that's what's going to be able to take this series for them. But it really is up to the teams, you know. Can they actually manage to do that? Can they adapt? Can they think on the fly, and can they communicate this and execute it effectively? It's a lot to be doing, but we know it's you know, these teams are more than capable.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to say. I know we talked earlier before the game that we might see maybe a bit of you know, some mistakes being made if they haven't played last week. But I would say, on the contrary to what I believed, both teams came in with a fantastic game plan. They both stuck to it. We had a very close game that went in overtime. So I would say there is no one's cold on the server. I would say everyone is firing on all cylinders, and they're sticking to their game plans of defending versus aggressiveness.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the Seers team at the moment, what's going through your head? You're 1-0 up, and you're probably feeling pretty good about yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they're going to be full of confidence, and that inevitably makes a team stronger. You know, there's no team that plays worse when they're more happy, more confident than when they're stressed out and worried. So if Sunderland Seers can keep that confidence and keep that momentum going into game two, then I don't think they're going to have any problems whatsoever. But it's not what we want to see. We want to see a good, strong game here from both sides, and let's see what they can do.
We are now going on to game two with Topher Elliott and Bass.
All right, the cat is going down. Say goodbye. Here we go. We're off again.
Heading into game two. Still, of course, the team in blue, the Sunderland Seers, head-to-head with Chesterfield Alpha, the team in orange. Blaze Burner going to be off to another burning start there as he tries to guide it around the corner. It's going to be down off of the ceiling for Blaze to take a shot. It's off of the crossbar. It's down. It's off of a goalkeeper. And that own goal is just not the way Sunderland wanted to start game two.
That is just devastating. After coming off of that loss, within the next 20 seconds, you're 1-0 down. And what's going through your head if you're on the Alpha team? Missing the ball there.
Not ideal at all. But Chesterfield with a strong counter-attack immediately here, trying to put that one back on the board and get things all square as quickly as they can. But they're careful not to overcommit, so they leave themselves a little bit vulnerable at the back. Lafar looking to take that one round the post. Sends that one flying downfield and away from the blue net.
He does answer back by taking out Blaze Burner just for a few crucial seconds, getting it almost into the back of the net, but Blaze Burner's back just before it gets in.
Josh Wash out of the corner there, and a pinch is going to send that ball flying down the field. No one in orange turning to deal with it. Blazeburner's shot unchallenged and will find the back of the net for a 2-0 lead to Sunderland.
This man is a one-man army. He is a machine. Look at him go. He constantly knows when to and when not to go for the goal, and I mean, it shows he's definitely got the experience behind him. He's obviously been practicing out of the half term.
Lafar up for the aerial, manages to get a touch beyond one of the keepers, but Blazeburner is there to clean up. Playing it around the corner, takes a bounce off of the backboard. It's down to Josh Wash, and that's a 3-0 lead to Sunderland.
And Blazeburner also getting the demolished back.
It's off of the backboard. It's down to Josh Wash, and that's a...
Laugh? Yeah, I'm going to call him Laugh.
Off to another start here. 90 seconds into game 2 as Spooner not able to find a particularly exciting touch there, but able to get this one downfield. It's beyond one, but off of the backboard and out as Blazeburner is turning back to cover the net. Josh Wash is clear downfield, will be met by Sains. Vuxi playing it back in, going back into the corner, waiting for the orange clear downfield. Taking the touch off of the backboard, confusing the keeper and sending it into the corner, but Blazeburner is there, able to take a touch off of the wall, down onto the field. Sains trying to take this one round the corner and in front of net. Lafar's up for the shot, can't find the angle, and Spooner is now alone at the back as Blazeburner breaks into space on the left-hand side, playing it into the box, getting a lovely disruption play there. Vuxi's forward for the shot. It's down off of the backboard. Josh is there. It's off of the post. It's not going to be finished, but what a bit of offensive pressure this has been from the Sunderland Seers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Chesterfield Alphas, they just can't quite get the ball into the back of the net. They're good at keeping it in the blue half, but then just something happens and they just can't quite keep it there.
Sains is up. Can't find a touch. Lafar putting it onto the wall on the right-hand side. Half the game gone here. Just over 2 minutes left. The Saints trying to play this one downfield. Chesterfield needs something now, and they need something strong and quickly because they have a long way to go if they're going to bring this one back. Lafar looking for a disruption play there. Pretty ambitious. Spooner with a touch over. Lafar looking for a very ambitious redirect. Doesn't find it, but there is a pass to the edge of the penalty box. It's perfect for Spooner. He takes it up. He will not be able to score it, but Lafar able to bury that one at the back of the net.
Again, this is just pretty bog standard from the Alpha team. They're working as two, which they should be doing from the start, to be honest. If one person gets the save, the other one's got to get the rebound and get the goal.
Miscommunication there from Sunderland allows Chesterfield an opportunity at goal, but it was not to be, and now it's the other direction. Lovely little save there from Lafar to take that one off of the line and clear downfield. Blazeburner turning around and allowing Vuxi to deal with that one, gets the clear, but Sains puts it straight back into blue territory as Josh Wash tries to get it out of the corner. Sains trying to knock it back to Spooner, almost disrupting his own teammate there, but it's still in orange possession as this comes down off of the backboard. Good block there from blue as they now try to break their lines and play upfield. Lafar into the corner, finds some space. Sains is there, but Blazeburner gets a good 50. 60 seconds left on the clock, and Chesterfield still have a long way to go if they're going to bring this back.
I mean, they say never count a team out, but with Chesterfield looking like this, I'm not too sure if the comeback's going to be there.
Josh Wash off his own backboard there. Vuxi having to come and take over for him. Sains getting a lovely pass there, just misread by his teammate. Sunderland now with the opportunity to break downfield. Blazeburner there, not able to find the target. Sains with the clear. 25 seconds left now as Spooner tries to get something in front of net. Vuxi narrowly dodging that, almost putting it back into their own area. As Josh Wash gets that all the way around the corner. It's in front of the orange net, and Blazeburner's there for the hat-trick.
You can just tell that communication is so much better on the blue side as opposed to the Alpha team. you can see that they're feeling a lot more comfortable, and I feel like they just came out of this game ready to go.
Spooner and Josh wash up for that kickoff. Is it onto the left-hand side wall? Blazeburner will be first to the ball, but with 5 seconds left, that is going to be the end of game 2. And that's a lovely redirect. It won't find the back of the net, so it won't matter in the end. But goodness me, Chesterfield Alpha losing that game by 3.
That's a GG in the chat by the Sunderland Seers. Game's all over. We've got one more left to play, and if I'm on the side of Chesterfield, then I'm going to be pretty worried at this point. They had a pretty close first match and a very convincing win on the second. So what can you expect for the third?
Well, Sunderland Seers, 7 shots there and 5 saves. Actually had fewer shots than Chesterfield Alphas, who had 9. But they only have 1 save. That's the thing. With Sunderland, they're going to save all of your shots, and you're not going to be able to take your opportunities when you make them. Then you're not going to be able to win games. And that's what we saw here from Sunderland, was just solid defense and the ability to take the opportunities when they came up. I mean, 7 shots and 4 goals. They've converted more than 50% of the shots on target compared to the 1 and 9 that Chesterfield managed. And with that ratio, it's just it's no contest. So Chesterfield really do have a mountain to climb if they're going to bring this back in game 3.
For me, the story of this game was actually very different to game 1, and it all started early on when Chesterfield Alpha conceded that own goal, which I think it's what kind of made them crumble and abandon their playstyle, because we saw a way more desperate team to score. Like, they abandoned their almost perfect defense from game 1 because they started 1 goal down because of an unfortunate touch from the goalkeeper. That was an own goal, to be honest. And then they tried to come back into it and bring it back to 1-1. But because they abandoned their defensive tactic, I would say, that's how Sunderland was able to sometimes just get the ball and just keep on scoring. Like we saw Blaze with a hat-trick and with some very beautiful goals there on the second game. I think, personally, for me, I'm expecting the Chesterfield Alpha to maybe not make such a fatal mistake early on the third map and to bring it back. That's what I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the own goal situation, it's tough. We've all been there. We've all done it, and it's just a tough situation to be in. It's unfortunate that it happened now, as opposed to a tester match.
I think we were about to jump onto game number 3 already. I think Chesterfield Alpha doesn't want to get called like they did between the first 2 maps, so we're hopping straight into game. Bass, Tofu, take it away.
Sunderland Seers, team in blue, Chesterfield Alpha, the team in orange. And as these boys take the field, they are going to be wondering which team is going to come out here on top. Sunderland Seers now on series point in this best of 5. Chesterfield really need to do something here. The only way to victory in this series now, of course, a reverse sweep. Spooner trying to make this one happen as he finds almost the back of the net, but it's off of both posts and then out. What an absolutely magnificent save there from the last blue man to keep that one just a hair's breadth from crossing the line. A heavy counter-attack from Sunderland is not enough to make it, but goodness me, Bass, what do you make of that almost goal there in the opening scenes?
It's just really unfortunate, and the fact that Sunderland could even get it that far and without a goal, it is truly unfortunate.
Blazeburner now clearing it downfield, getting a lovely little flick over 1 and a touch over 2, but Lafar is there, the third man, with an absolutely critical save. 1 minute gone now as Chesterfield use the opportunity to break upfield. The counter attack is strong. Lafar needs to turn. He can't quite find the target. There's much better play here from Alpha. Josh Wash trying to get the dribble downfield, but is cut off in mid. Blazeburner with the shot will be turned away from the bottom right-hand corner of the net. Vixie keeping the pressure on as that comes down off of the ceiling, but Sains will be first to it, taking the opportunity to go through a water air dribble here and playing it in front of net for a teammate that is not quite there in time. Blazeburner trying to clear downfield. Sains with a snapshot off of the sidewall. not quite on target, and Vixie was there to cover it in the end anyway. Lafar going for the ball, but instead opting to take the blue boost canister, starving them well and effectively as Spooner gets a block in midfield. Lafar gets another block, keeping the pressure up really, really effectively here at Chesterfield. As that one comes off of the corner, it's going to be cleared down to Spooner. He's positioned perfectly for it. He gets a decent 50 with Blaze Burner, but 0-0 here after 2 minutes. That one actually dropping into the back of the net. Lafar finally putting his team in front for the first time this series.
Yeah, Lafar just seemed to come out of nowhere. Vixie tried to get in the defense, but it just wasn't there. And I think they just need more of that, or just now defend if you're on the Chesterfield Alpha side.
Blaze Burner using the wall to his advantage. Doesn't have boost, but doesn't feel like he needs it either. That one's down off of the ceiling. Lafar's up effectively. Sainz now with a touch over to the right-hand side. Almost half the game gone. Chesterfield with not the strongest lead. They'll be looking for another to try and get themselves a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of breathing room, as Sainz can't quite get that one clear effectively. Spooner following it up the side wall, not able to get a touch in the end, as Sainz has to come and take over. Plays that one down off of the corner to himself. Blaze Burner with a lovely touch there. Buys himself some space on the right-hand side. Spooner cutting it off. Josh Wash up there for the second touch. And will find the shot and the back of the net to bring this all square.
And what a way to bounce back from the goal from the Chesterfield Alpha. The Seers just see their opportunity. They take it. That whole time since the Alpha scored, it was in that orange side.
Underway. Just over 2 minutes left on the clock. Lafar banging that one downfield from the kickoff. Sainz with the shot from the sidewall. Blaze Burner's there with a very important save.
It just seems that Blaze Burner can do it all at the moment.
Vixie turning away from the ball, allowing Blaze Burner to come and play that one into the corner. Looks for the bounce, plays it off of the backboard well. Spooner able to get that one clear to the left, and Lafar gets a touch before getting demoed by Vixie. Blaze Burner playing it onto the backboard, looking for a double touch, but can't quite follow the ball in time. A triple commit there from Orange at the back line is not going to do well for them, but the counter-attack is strong. No one in the middle waiting for the pass. Lafar is there at last to keep the pressure on. 90 seconds left, and Alpha need a goal. They need to win this game to stay in this series. It is series point to Sunderland Seers, and at the moment, they just don't quite look urgent enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the Seers side, you're probably feeling pretty good about yourself, except for that goal there from Lafar. Again, he seems to be doing it all off the wall again, and there was just nowhere from the Chesterfield to block it off.
Superb work there from Lafar. Really excellent pinch off of the sidewall. Spooner with a dominant kickoff there. Vixie is going to be the first one up to it, but Lafar able to get it clear. Josh Wash on the backboard reads it well, but is only as far out as Sainz, who almost buries it. Blaze Burner with a fantastic save there at the last moment. 60 seconds left on the clock as both of these teams vie to find another goal. Sunderland need one to bring them back into this game 3. Chesterfield need another one to put it beyond doubt, but Josh Wash is there and Sunderland equalise.
45 seconds left. That's not what you want from Chesterfield. If I was them, I would have kept that defense up and just kept it going from there. But here we go. Sunderland Seers getting that 2-2 equaliser.
Lafar over to the right-hand side. Vixie turning onto the ball, playing it down into some space on the left. Blaze Burner's going to be in the mid to follow up the pass. Lafar coming up for the 50, not able to find any touch in the air. Sainz is clear is good. It's only as far as Vixie in blue territory. Sainz able to get on the end of the ball again. Blaze Burner's clear is not going to be too effective. Josh having to deal with that one there, and Blaze Burner clearing downfield to buy a little bit of space. Lafar on the ball. Clearing upfield, 12 seconds left on the clock as Josh Wash gets that one down. Sainz over to the left-hand side. It's going to be down off of the sidewall. Either team needs to make it work here, or we will be going to an overtime. And goodness me, that almost ended in Sunderland Seers' favour, but we are going to see another overtime in Game 3.
Now for Chesterfield, the pressure has to be on right now. you've got to make sure your defense is up there, but you've got to also attack to get the goal. And under that much pressure, I don't know if they'll crumble or not. But saying that, a beautiful shot there from Sains, but Blazeburner with the save.
Sains playing it upfield, looking for a shot there. Blazeburner managing it, but taking it past the other keeper. Vixie playing downfield and faking Sains out, putting him in an awkward spot here. It's a good touch, manages to get a decent 50, but an orange double commit there, leaving Spooner to hit it downfield to no one. Blazeburner taking back possession and offering it up on a plate to Lafar in the air. That aerial coming loose in midfield as Joshua gets a shot over the top. Spooner with the pressure, but Joshua saves his own goal. He saved his own shot. That is not what Sunderland wanted. It was almost beyond doubt. That would have been the end of the series, but now they have to keep playing, and let's see if Chesterfield can take advantage of the miracle that they have just been served. Spooner playing it into space on the right, but immediately cut out by Blazeburner. Sains with a beautiful little chip up to Lafar as he plays it over to the wing. Spooner turning into the corner. Vuxi taking control, coming down off of the ceiling with a lovely bit of aerial control. Able to get downfield now is Spooner, but that's a lovely demolition to take them out of existence as Joshua tries to get something cleared. Almost a dunk from Sains there. It's a lovely bit of pressure from the orange side, but neither team looking all that comfortable here in overtime, and this is a lot of pressure to be under.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look out for that one person who makes the goal. I have a feeling it's going to be Blazeburner just from how he's been playing this series, but it looks like that Chesterfield Alpha is looking a lot more comfortable in this high pressure situation.
It's in front of the orange net. Sains can't get it out in time, and Joshua finds his hat trick to put this one beyond doubt and to put this series to bed in favor of the Sunderland Seers in a clean sweep.
Now they've just got to do that while I say that they're looking comfortable and good, but it's a GG in the chat for the Sunderland Seers. 3-1, 3-2 even.
Yeah, fantastic work there from the team in blue. 9 shots and 5 saves. Just an all-round solid performance there. 7 shots and 3 saves from Chesterfield Alpha. So definitely better than their last game where they had 9 shots and a single save, but it just wasn't to be. And with 2 overtimes in a 3-game series, that really could have gone either way. And I feel like Chesterfield are pretty unlucky to be walking away with a 3-0 loss.
Yeah, to be honest, I really thought they deserved the last game.
What a fantastic game 3 we had. I completely agree, Bass. I think the performance we saw that from Lafar on the map, on the third map from the Chesterfield Alpha, like his performance alone and his second goal was like definitely probably my highlight of the game. What a fantastic game 3 we had, and it kind of felt a lot more like game 1. Like I said, game 2 didn't really feel like it was part of the series, or like game 2. The Chesterfield Alpha kind of got ran over starting with that own goal. But what a performance, and what do you guys think? Who is your MVP for the game?
Personally, I think you'd have to give it to Blazeburner, really, overall. I mean, scoring a hat-trick in game 2, scoring both of Sunderland's goals in game 3, in game 1, and setting up Josh Wash, I don't know how many times in that series for the goals that he scored. I mean, absolutely superb performance there from Blazeburner, and you really have to give him the credit.
What about you, Bass?
Yeah, definitely. Blazeburner for the whole series. I mean, there's without a doubt. Personally, I think in the last match, Lafar really stepped up for me as like a in-game leader, but his teammates just weren't quite there on the attacking side. But they almost made it work, and it's a shame that they didn't.
I definitely agree. Map 3 Lafar was the star for me, but Blazeburner, especially beyond his goals and his assists, I think on the second map, when Chesterfield was always putting that pressure, Blazeburner also had some fantastic saves. So I definitely believe he's the MVP for our first game of the day.
Yes, definitely. I've got to show my cat some attention here, otherwise she'll keep on meowing. But what are you thinking, eh?
She's thinking we've got a brilliant lineup next as well. A 3-0 clean sweep to the Sunderland Seers over Chesterfield Alpha. And now I'm just excited to see if we can have a little bit of a closer series, maybe a game 5 between Bridgend Cobras and Bohunt School Worthing. I think that one's going to be just as interesting. And I'm hoping, for perhaps some more passing plays, a few more goals here and there, and maybe not a 3-0 clean sweep this time.
One of the things that I'm looking at for our previous game just now, although it was a clean sweep, it doesn't feel like it. I wouldn't say so. But with that win, the Sunderland Seers, I think, will be tied in first place in our overall leaderboard for the winter qualifiers.
Superb, well deserved. They played absolutely fantastically today, and they really, really deserve it. Like you said, it honestly could have gone either way, right? Game 1 and 3 goes to an overtime, and an overtime is just a golden goal. It could have easily been 2-1 to Chesterfield Alpha after 3 games, and we might have seen it game 5. But I definitely think that even if it had gone to a game 5, Sunderland Seers were just the team that was that level above. Just a slightly higher level of gameplay, level of confidence, and level of aggression, and they really deserve their win here today.
I definitely agree, especially, we highlighted a lot Blaze Burner, of course, our MVP, and then his teammate with the hat-trick in the last game. But I also wanted to touch a bit on Vixie, because he was kind of the quiet third man of the series for his team, although he didn't score all the goals. I think he had a very, I guess, in a more football-oriented style, he played the midfielder role. He was always there coming and supporting his team in the defense and always setting up the plays for his 2-star teammates to score the goals. So I think he also had a really good performance. A very well-rounded team, the Sunderland Seers, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have it where it counts. They have the attack, the defense, the midfield, and it seemed in the second match, it seemed like it was impenetrable.
Yeah, I would say like they're definitely a team to keep an eye out for the remainder of the season, because I think they have the whole package, at least from what we saw in today's game. But that is all for the first Rocket League game of the day. We will be taking a short couple of minutes break, and then we will be back just right away with the Bridgend Cobras versus the Bohunt School Worthing.
Cat says bye.
And we are back with the British Esports Championships. We just had a fantastic Game 1 of Rocket League between the Chesterfield Alpha and the Sunderland Seers, one that took it 3-0 with two very close games on the map 1 and map 3. But now we are back with the Bridgend Cobras and Bohunt School Worthing. Two teams from the same group. They are very close in the leaderboard. We only have 2 and 3 games respectively on the teams. But let's talk more in depth about what are we expecting from the second game of the day with Bass and Tofu Elliott. Welcome back, boys.
Hello,
Like I
hello.
said, our second game of the day, the Cobras and Bohunt. What do you guys expect from today's game? Like I said, they're very close in the leaderboard. We don't have that much data on them. And we all know we always want a good game. But what do you have maybe some insight that you could share with us?
Well, Bridgend Cobras, they've played an extra game. So Bohunt are a game in hand on them. And the thing is, Bohunt have won their last game, whereas Bridgend Cobras won their first game, but they lost their second and their third. So here we have Bridgend Cobras who are not carrying the momentum. They're on a 2-loss streak, whereas Bohunt School Worthing have won their last game. They'll be carrying that confidence, that momentum in there. So even though they are one below in the table position, I think that they are certainly in the driver's seat to win this series.
Definitely. I mean, first of all, pretty cool names, Cobras and Bohunt. What else can you ask for? I think it's going to be a real close game. Hopefully it'll drag out a little bit longer, just for content purposes, to be honest.
Like we talked before the first game, I really hope that the teams use the half-term break to actually maybe work on that. And like you said, Tofu Elliott, I hope that Worthing hasn't the Bohunt team didn't lose their momentum. And I also hope that Cobras use that week to maybe get back into it, maybe back into the shape they had in week 1 when they won their first game, and then they kind of lost the form as the season progressed. So maybe that half-term break was hopefully good for them, because I can't wait to see the Cobras being hunted.
All right. It's definitely going to be a really interesting one to watch. And it's, these kind of mid-table clashes are absolutely critical. If the top 5 are going through from each group, then we're going to have to see what these guys can do, because these kinds of games, when you're playing against teams that are right next to you in the table, really are make or break in terms of the season as a whole.
I just received info that the teams are both ready to go into it, and I will let you guys continue with your idea, Bass. So Tofu Elliott, Bass, take it away with the second game between the Cobras and Bohunt.
Fantastic. Well, we're getting underway here, and it is going to be a phenomenal game as we start off here. Team Orange and Team Blue head to head here.
There we go. We got Cobras in the blue and Bohunt in the orange. Straight away, it's going to be on that blue side, with the orange really putting on more of the attacking.
We got blue. LW03 hitting a good shot towards the backboard, down in front of net, but no one there to take advantage. Once again, another opportunity, looking for the double touch there, but no such luck. Orange now trying to break down field, getting it past one, but X-Dare shot able to keep the pressure on for the team in blue. Trying to get this one away. Shots there again. Fridge Freezer playing this one into his own corner, buying a tiny bit of breathing room, then getting bumped by his teammate Branners, but he will be first to the ball, able to get this one downfield. A minute gone in the first game, and it looks like a pretty decent pace here for these two teams.
Yeah, it looks very well even matched. You can see why both these teams are where they are, right next to each other.
Mr. Callum trying to turn backwards with the half flip off of the sidewall. No such luck. Pikachu's able to get that one out, but only as far as LW. Mr. Callum taking a touch, but that's a very, very dangerous place to control the ball in front of his own net. Able to get up and clear that one into space on the right-hand side. Chasing up and putting it down off of the ceiling as Xdare shot double committing with LW. The save is there from Branners. It's not the most comfortable and it wasn't the most decisive, but between him and Pikachu, they were able to keep it out. All three orange players here committing into their back corner. It's not what they would have been planning for, and they certainly need to get a better grip of their rotations. But 2 minutes gone now, and it's a whole lot of pressure from the team in blue, but no conversions yet.
Yeah, I mean, I said at the start how it was very much on the Cobras side, but now it seems like the Cobras have just flipped it around and it's just constantly on Bohunt's half.
Onto the sidewall. Mr. Callum not able to get the touch, but will look for an extra one here. Ends up isolated and on the wrong end of a counter attack. Xdare shot able to break down field, but it's turned immediately back into blue territory by the team in orange. Branners opting to let Fridge Freezer come and take it, but the communication was slow, and now Mr. Callum's trying to take this one round the corner. Bounces up and off of the ceiling, able to be cleared, but LW03 is there looking for the double touch off of the crossbar.
Just
Can't
a little
quite
bit too
read the
high.
angle. It's unfortunate, but Orange will have the opportunity to break away downfield. Xdare with the clear. Pikachu taking control in the midfield. An awkward touch from Callum, but Pikachu's touch takes it clean past his teammate who was there for the shot. No communication from these teams at the moment, and it is a little bit scrappy. Perhaps that's why it is still 0-0, but Pikachu is there to take the words out of my mouth and put his side in the lead.
I mean, I don't know if that was meant to be or if it just happened, but Pikachu was there nevertheless. And that's going to be 1-0 to Bohunt School.
Xdare with a 50 there with Pikachu. And Bohunt trying to make sure that they keep their lead intact and increase it if they can. Pikachu trying to get that one downfield and will give chase himself. It's off of the sidewall onto the backboard. Xdare playing it over to the right as Bridgeford Cobras try to get this clear, try to find some space in orange territory. Fridge Freezer a little bit awkward here. The recovery is slow. That one's off of the backboard, but two blue players have overcommitted for that, and it's an open net at the other end if Fridge Freezer can find the angle in time, but he is demoed by Xdare. Lovely bit of defensive disruption there from the team in blue, but they need something more. 60 seconds left on the clock. LW coming to make something of this. The bounce does make it over the last man, but his touch is off of the crossbar. Not able to read it. 43 seconds left and a very tenuous lead for Bohunt.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like LW03 is just trying to be a little bit too fancy with his shots here. He's constantly up in the air, which isn't a bad thing, but we're going to be having Bohunt on the attackive right now. If I was them, I'd sit back and defend. You pretty much got this game in the bag. They're really trying to push up and keep it. 10 seconds left on the clock. Branners just lost the ball over in the orange half. Can anything happen in these 2 seconds? It does not look like it. We're going to have a... never mind. Out of nowhere shot. Mr. Callum trying to get the rebound, but it's cleared by Pikachu, and that is the game. 1-0 to the Bohunt.
Bohunt School Worthing taking that one by a very, very narrow lead, only putting 3 shots on the board, 4 saves, saved all but one of Bridgend Cobra's shots, and they did have 5 shots and 2 saves on their end, but not able to put anything on the scoreboard in the way of goals. Bass, what do you think Bridgend have to do differently heading into game 2?
I mean, I think they've just got to try and get them shots on target. They clearly have a leader when it comes to the attacking side. Obviously, the LW03, 3 shots right there, 0 saves. He's just been up front the whole time, and there he is. Unfortunately, he's at the bottom of the leaderboard, but It is what it is. If he had just gotten one of them goals, if his teammates were there to support him, then it would have been a completely different story, I feel.
I would say that the difference that game was obviously Pikachu using lightning bolt to fry the cobras. That's what I would.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
But it was a very interesting performance, especially in the first half of the game. I would say very, very close. It was being dealt with a lot in the midfield, and then the Pikachu with like that very nice bounce off the ground took an opportunity, and that was what made the difference between an overtime and a win.
Definitely, and the game has just kicked off.
And
Going to be having a quick shot with a Pikachu save with Zed shot. Branner's missing the ball to get the clearance, but it's now going to be over on that blue side. Mr. Callum, can he get the clearance over Branner's? Yes, he can. Pikachu with the save. That would have been very troublesome for the Bohunt side. And it's an open goal at the moment that no one's there yet again. LW he's up there and he's waiting for his teammates. He set them up so many times last game and he's just set them up this game, but they're just not there.
Branners allowing his teammate to come and take control of the ball. Fridge Freezer with no boost, passing possession back to the team in blue as Mr. Callum goes up looking for a double touch. Pikachu able to get that one clear, but not very far, and Mr. Callum driving away from it, able to stop and get the ball on target. A lovely way to score the first goal of the series for Cobras.
That was a beautiful shot, and it was a beautiful pass. I'm going to have Cobras in the lead here as the timer counts down straight in the orange half. Mr. Callum with the clearance over to the Bohunt side. But, I mean, if you're Bohunt, you've just got to keep your composure. They've just gone 2 up. And this... What is Bohunt doing? They came off hot from the last game, and somehow Cobras have come back with 2 goals.
Fridge Freezer not going up for that, allowing his teammate to come and take control of the game there. Not able to find the back of the net there, Branners, with his shot, but Exter now clearing over to the right-hand side, taking control, dribbling this with no boost all the way up the field, finally challenged. Pikachu spots an open net, but the shot was never going to challenge Mr. Callum at the back line. Dribbling this one. Oh, that's a lovely bit of control. Almost squeezes it in the near post there, but the keeper just about keeping it out. Pikachu keeping his team in the game here. Just over 3 minutes on the clock, and that was a lovely bit of offensive pressure from Bridgend.
Definitely, they're answering back just how you would want them to. And Branner's hitting it over into that corner. Could cause a bit of trouble here, but the Cobras do manage to get it cleared out. I mean, if you're on the Cobra side, you're feeling pretty good about yourself now. There's 3 minutes left of the game, and you've had a lot of chances this match.
Lovely team play there. Exter's shot not able to find the back of the net, but the pass and the shot on target is certainly promising from the team that lost the first game without putting a point on the board. Exter, bit of a heavy touch, but is unchallenged. Oh, lovely little fake there from Branners. Made him think he was going to challenge, but didn't. Just under half this game left to go as Mr. Callum turns up, but LW03 is there. Mr. Callum waiting for the ball to come patiently as Branners, no boost, passes possession back to the team in blue, but that double commit is going to leave them overextended. Pikachu spots that, plays it into space in the corner. Bridgend's turn to try and clear their lines now as the pressure comes out from Bohunt here. Branners getting a touch, trying to play this down off of the ceiling, but Mr. Callum is there with a rapid challenge, playing it into the orange corner. The touch is not enough to take it round Fridge Freezer. LW03 playing it into the corner. Minute 45 left on the clock, and a 2-goal lead is exactly what Cobras wanted after their result in game 1.
And it looks like the Bohunt's just going to score. Yes, they are. That was a very nice shot. You saw them all 3 behind enemy lines. They committed to it. They were all there. Fridge Freezer just with the little finish. And that is honestly how you want them to play. It's 2-1, minute 36 to go. They have to get that confidence back.
Fridge Freezer taking a touch at the back line. Mr. Callum is there, keeping that pressure on. Fridge Freezer with the touch over to the left. Misses his boost canister. Only has 30 to make this work, and inadvertently hands possession back to Xter, who then gets a demolition on Branners, leaving them very exposed at the back, and perfect capitalization. Xter
has gotten 3 demolitions this game. And they've all been at very crucial points. He got one just a minute ago and stopped the goal from happening. And you must now feel the pressure from Bohunt. They've got to get more attackive and they've got to work more as a team. Just how they got that other goal. Just keep that going.
Mr. Callum's touch over to the right-hand side. Plays it round 2 of the Worthing players here. Xter keeping the pressure on. 60 seconds left on the clock and a 2-goal lead for Bridgend. Mr. Callum going for that corner boost, but no such luck. It's already been taken. Xter getting a touch up. That touch down into mid is good, but Pikachu will be there to read it and get that one clear. Pressure in the blue corner as Mr. Callum gets a 50 there. Not able to clear his lines. Xter's touch is not good enough, and we see Fridge Freezer up for the shot, but LW cutting it out in the nick of time. Xter now, as Blues attempt to break downfield, is in orange territory. Orange can't quite get this one out in time. That double commit is going to leave their goal completely exposed. LW committing with Callum. Neither one of them able to find a shot on target, but with only 13 seconds left, Bohunt need a miracle, and it doesn't look like it's going to come. So in that case, Bridgend Cobras are actually going to equalize and bring the series all square here, 1-1 in the best of 5.
Yeah, definitely. There it goes. The GGs in the chat. And what a way to bounce back. You can't think of much more that the Cobras could do in that situation. Absolutely. They had the shots there. I mean, unfortunately, LW didn't have as many shots as he had last time, but Xter does manage to pull it back, getting 2 goals for his team, 7 shots just for Xter. And you're looking, that's almost more, it is more than the whole Bohunt side put together.
Yeah, absolutely. Cobra's doing really well there. 11 shots on the board, just a tremendous amount of offense. The aggression coming out, really, really substantial. I mean, Bohunt doing a pretty decent job of keeping them out. I mean, 8 saves on the board there, but it was not enough with that kind of pressure. So let's see what they can do heading into game 3.
I just want to talk for a second about Mr. Callum's first goal. What a splendid bit of style. Like, basically the equivalent of a heel kick straight into the goal. It was absolutely gorgeous to watch. What an execution, and what a start to the second game of the day. The second map of the game we had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, really well worked, and he kept his composure phenomenally in a very stressful situation, especially when it's 0-0 and you've lost the game before. You haven't managed to put a goal on the board yet. Really, really good to see from a player like that, and very well deserved win from Cobras in the end.
I just want to address everyone at home. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Like we said, we have the best Rocket League here for you today. Like you see, we've got 1-1. We're going on to the game 3 soon enough. So please tell your friends and family and pets, like Bass has, to join us and watch the stream and support your favorite teams and enjoy the game between Cobras and Bohunt.
All right, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The next game is up.
Bohunt, the team in orange, still head-to-head with the Bridgend Cobras, the team in blue. It's an aggressive start here. Xter coming up to try and get something on it, as he turns and gets the shot away, but with absolutely no power. That's going to allow Pikachu to attempt an air dribble all the way downfield. Fridge Freezer taking his time here as the challenge is not coming. Mr. Callum's touchbacks to Xter is a tiny bit heavy. Xter, with no vision, goes for a flick on what he assumes is an incoming attack, but nothing happening. LW's shot, not going to challenge, but a couple of defensive errors here from the team in orange could put them under some pressure. The clear is good. LW managing to find a little bit of breathing room for the for his team here. The Cobras trying to put the pressure on Bohunt, but 0-0 after the first minute. Do you think that we're going to see a continuation of the kind of aggressive momentum the Cobras built up in game 2?
From the looks of it, yeah. They really have come out here kicking. And just as they've had many goals that have either been saved or have hit one of the posts. And you're just thinking from the Bohunt side, how many shots can they save? They've got to get up there and they've got to start looking for their openings. Just like now with Pikachu, someone's got to go up with him, but then no one's back for their defense, and Xdare manages to get the goal.
Superb work here from Xdare, and Bridgend, will be very happy to be in the lead, particularly from a quick little snapshot like that in midfield. LW double committing, but it won't matter. 90 seconds gone and an early lead for the Cobras. They'll be very pleased as Mr. Callum takes this one up and then down. A lovely bit of aerial finesse there, but not able to quite make it work 100%. Pikachu trying to play it out of the corner, but with no boost. Fridge Freezer will come and clean it up for him. Mr. Callum double committing with Xdare at the back. It's put them in a terrible position. It's off of the backboard and out, but Xdare is there to get a touch. It's not going to buy them too much time, though. Pikachu playing it into the corner, turning around for the 50 with Mr. Callum. Fridge Freezer's there, plays it onto the backboard. Neither blue player will be able to do much with that as they double commit up for the defensive clear. Mr. Callum with the touch out, but it's a little bit scrappy from both sides, and I'm wondering if we're going to see either of them really get into their comfort zone.
I was just going to say, I mean, the comms have got to be there for both teams. They've got to be working with each other and trying to get the ball. And then we have Fridge Freezer with two massive demolitions. And see, that's the opening that you need, but they just hesitate. And for some reason, I just don't know why they're hesitating so much. I don't know if they're scared of this side or if they don't want to concede another goal.
Pikachu playing up here, trying to get this one round the corner and in front of the blue net. Bridgend Cobras trying to get this one clear themselves. Xdare can't quite clear out of blue territory. LW runs out of boost before he can get a touch there, almost conceding in the process, but they get away with it. LW03 not able to get that one clear beyond an orange player, not able to even take a touch without being closed down by Branners, who tries to guide it around the corner. But Xdare's flick will finally make that one out and into the orange half. A lovely little touch up over one. Fridge Freezer with some fantastic defense there on the backboard. Playing it downfield effectively, but Bridgend are somehow keeping all of this orange pressure and all of the counterattacks out of the net. And with 90 seconds left, it's still 1-0.
Yeah, with 1 minute 20 left, the Cobras have been pretty good on their defense. They do sometimes overcommit, but they're just capitalizing on the mistakes of Bohunt, who just aren't committing to the attacks.
LWO3 waiting in front of net as Xdare takes this one out, looking for Mr. Callum to his left, opting to take it up the side wall. It's good from Orange here as they try to make this one work. Bohunt clearing it into the corner. Pikachu waiting for the pass from Branners, but Mr. Callum is going to be first to that one, playing it down the right-hand wing. Branners now trying to defend his front post. Double commits with Pikachu, but they do manage to get the ball clear. Callum plays it into mid, looking for LW, who is not quite there in time. Lovely little touch there, but it was only back straight to Pikachu, who makes good work of it. Fridge Freezer on the end of that pass, but Xdare cutting it out before it can become an issue. 30 seconds left on the clock now. All to play for here in game number 3 as both teams vie to pull ahead in the series and move on to series point. Xdare trying to put it beyond doubt here, not able to find a shot as Mr. Callum comes up to take over. 10 seconds left and Bohunt desperately need a goal here as Orange try to clear their lines. Xdare with a snapshot from the sidewall, can't find the target, but Mr. Callum can, and with 1 second left on the clock, it's now completely beyond the realm of possibility for Bohunt.
It's just adding salt to the wound. Going 2-0, 1 second left. I mean, if they can pull it back from here, then there's some form of miracle, but it's highly doubtful.
Yeah, it's
see what will happen.
not mathematically possible to come back from this
Yeah.
one. So Bridgend Cobras, after losing game 1, win game 2 and 3, and are now on series point heading into game number 4.
There we go. Let's have a look at some of the stats here. There's quite a few less shots from their shot with 4 as opposed to the last game he had 7. But then again, his teammates have been up there. They've been helping him out a little bit more. The main person who I want to kind of have a look at is Pikachu, because he was phenomenal in the first game. And then second game, he kind of needed assist from his teammates. This game, no one was really there.
I think
Yeah.
we definitely noticed a bit less output coming into game 3 compared to game 2 at least. And why do you think that is, Elliot? Do you think the Bohunt school working are feeling a bit of the pressure that the Cobras have added to their playstyle between maps 1 and 2?
Well, it is definitely a momentum-based game. We are heading into game number 4, though. But it's awkward, right? Because Bridgend now have the momentum. They've won the last 2 games, and it can be very, very difficult to turn that one around. But if Bohunt can manage, then they can still get this under control. They did win the first game, but it was only by a single goal. So it just depends. We're going to have to wait and see. And as we get underway here, they certainly aren't looking like they've given up yet. Branner's incredibly aggressively pressing the ball there, not necessarily to his team's favor. LW trying to get this one around the corner. Mr. Callum coming across to back up X there on the left. The pass not quite over to his teammate, but it will end up in blue possession again as Mr. Callum trying to get control in the air. A defensive fake there from Branners allows him some time. X there not able to find a touch. Mr. Callum coming up and trying to play that one into the bottom corner, but Pikachu is there with a critical save and the beginning of an opportunity for Bohunt to find a counter-attack. No such luck as it plays downfield. X there not able to find a shot. Fridge Freezer playing it away and Mr. Callum keeping that pressure on. And as we look towards how we think this game 4 is going to end up, it's all Bridgend Cobra at the moment.
It is. I personally think that they've come out. They're going to come out on top on this one. Just from the last 2 minutes, having a look at how Bohunt are. They're still seeming like they're not working as a team as well.
Mr. Callum not able to find a touch. X there keeping that pressure on. Pikachu turning around in the corner and waiting for something to happen, but the shot almost finding the back of the net. Pikachu saved only out as far as X there, who absolutely buries it for a 1-0 lead to Bridgend.
See, Cobras, they have that teamwork. That was a 3. First of all, it was a 2-person pass, and then Mr. Callum misses the goal, but Xdare is there to clean it up. And that is what Bohunt need to be doing in this next bit of the game. Otherwise, they will be eliminated.
Runners into the corner. LW03 coming to take over. A little bit loose here. Possession given away a little bit too freely as LW03 whiffs that ball in midfield. Branner's not able to complete what he was going for. And then a counter-attack for Bridgend as that one comes loose in front of net. And Mr. Callum has absolutely no trouble cleaning that one up for a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Callum, he was there when he needed to be. He's constantly been going around blowing up team members on the Bohunt side. And here we have a very close, almost off the start goal from Xdare. Luckily, was able to be cleared, but Fridge Freezer trying to get the clearance out, but it's back in blue possession. I don't know what is really going on with this side. With the Bohunt side, and there we go. Xdare straight in again. It just made it look so easy. Off the wall, uses the rebound from Fridge Freezer, and Pikachu does unfortunately miss. It's going to be 3-0 with 2 minutes left. It's looking like Bohunt have just lost their composure. They had a strong start, but they somehow lost it.
Well, LWO3 off to a quick start here as Mr. Callum plays that one upfield. Defensive double commit once again from Bohunt is going to leave them vulnerable, leave the goal exposed, and leave it wide open for Exter to score his hat-trick.
This Cobra team is just so good at looking at these little mistakes that the Bohunt are making. They capitalize on them.
Waiting in midfield at the moment, coming up for a very rapid snapshot from the edge of the area. Not able to make it work. 2 minutes left here as Bohunt School Worthing are 4 goals down and have an absolute mountain to climb if they're going to bring this series back and have any chance to win here. Almost finding a great shot there. Pikachu not able to actually convert it though, and it seems like he is a bit of a one-man team at the moment as LW plays that one into the corner again. Pikachu finds a clear for Bohunt. A little bit of breathing room as Branners goes up, but it's a commit from a lot of players there in that corner. Everyone wants possession of the ball. No one wants to give it to anyone else. Exter playing downfield, but cut out by Branners as that one rolls up and onto the ceiling. Branners will be first to it though. The good 50 over to the left-hand side. Fridge Freezer coming up with the challenge in the air. That's a lovely shot. It almost dips under the crossbar. Branners looking for the read, but can't find it as Pikachu plays downfield. 60 seconds left on the clock, and it would require all but a miracle for Bohunt School to come back here, and that's the beginning of it.
Yeah, I mean, the miracle has just started if it's going to be going, with a very nice goal from Fridge Freezer. But again, imagine if Fridge Freezer doesn't get that goal. Everyone's up on the blue side from the Bohunt, and the Cobras can grab that and go score again. So they do really have to be careful and make sure that when they do overcommit, they're scoring.
Pikachu getting that pressure on. They know they need something quickly, and what an absolutely lovely bit of individual skill there from probably the best player on the orange side that we've seen this series. Phenomenal thing to take that one over the goalkeeper.
Now, I mean, the use of that wall was really good. That's all I can say for that. That came out of absolutely nowhere. I was not expecting it, but now we're going to be looking at Cobras to reply, trying to shut down the ever so slight hope of the Bohunt, keeping it right in the Bohunt's box. We're having Exter setting it up for Mr. Callum, and in it goes. 20 seconds left. It is all but over.
Superb work there. The 7th goal of the game in favor of the Bridgend Cobras, who managed to absolutely halt any of the momentum Bohunt School had just started to get on their side in the last 60 seconds. They now need a goal every 5 seconds, even if they want to take this one to overtime. But seeing as that is not happening, this game is over. And from behind, Bridgend Cobras have managed to take this series 3 games to 1. And they'll be very, very pleased about this victory.
They must have had some amazing pep talk after that first loss of the first game. And there we have clearly the MVP, Exter. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely phenomenal work. 7 shots and 3 goals just from Exter alone in that last game. 3 shots from the entirety of Bohunt's team. 6 saves. They were forced onto the defensive, much like in game 2. And although they defended as well as they could, it was too much. The pressure was too much. 13 shots from the Cobras in total. And what are you going to do when a team's coming at you that relentlessly?
Definitely. I mean, personally, it was a shame to see LWO3. He has been a pretty key player for the whole time, but unfortunately only scoring 50 points in that whole last game.
I want to ask you guys, what happened that entire match? Like, we started with a very close game 1 that the Hunters managed to take away with that beautiful goal from Pikachu. But then as the game progressed, we saw the Cobras get better and better with each map.
Yeah, it was really weird. The Cobras must have had an amazing pep talk. That's the only explanation for it. So the Cobras, they just came out swinging. They just brushed off that first map.
We've got X there in the chat saying that he got into the zone, and it certainly seems that must have been the
He
case.
was a one-man army, that guy.
No goals in the first game for the Cobras. Then X there scoring 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and a hat-trick in the fourth. Mr. Callum scoring 4 goals in that series. LWO3 not scoring a single goal. So a bit of a 2v3 there as they went for 4 of those games. But just a phenomenal effort from the Cobras to not get down and out by that first loss in game 1, and to be able to come back and to win what is essentially a pretty dominant performance by the end of game 4.
Yeah, watching the first game, I really thought that Bohunt had it in them, but after that second map, they crumbled, and I mean, I'm not too sure why, but the Cobras capitalized on it, and they really put it to him.
As we were talking right before we started the game between Cobras and the Hunters, the Cobras actually used their half-term break to actually bring it back. Like we said, they were on a 2-game loss streak after they winning the first game in the first day, but now they brought it back in with a very beautiful performance, and I think that this is a very bright side to them. For them, I'm excited, and I can't wait to see them perform the remainder of the season. But as I say that, and as you guys look through the stats, I want to ask you, who is your MVP for today's game?
Oh, for me, I don't think there's any question. X Dare Shot, as I mentioned, scoring 6 goals in that series, just constantly there, keeping the pressure on that side. You know what? Mr. Callum did have an absolutely phenomenal performance. And in terms of pressure, he really, really did well as well to keep his team just constantly pressing on. But I think Xter probably deserves it overall, in my opinion.
Definitely Xter. It just seems like he was leading his team. Mr. Callum doing a lot in the background. You know, he was bumping cars out the way left and right. Getting in the last game, he got 2 demolitions in the first minute, and that really opens up the field.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Air Shot or X-Dare Shot was absolutely fantastic. And with that performance on the 4th map, there's nothing you can say more than that. He was absolutely fantastic with 7 shots, 3 goals. So he's also my MVP for today's game.
Definitely. I mean, if you're looking at the Bohunt side, the main player that steps out to me is Pikachu, but unfortunately, he didn't have the team to help him out up front. He was quite a dominant force up front, but the numbers just weren't there for him.
Yeah, it was a really good effort from Pikachu, but individual talent is not going to be enough to carry a team through. And we're being maybe a little bit harsh. Fridge Freezer did have some really good work in those games, and actually scored as many goals as Pikachu in the series. So I think there was some potential there that he wasn't a one-man army in as far as we might be making out, but certainly some really good plays there from him.
Yeah, Bohunt School Worthing are now 2 losses in and 1 win, but I think there's definitely, like you said, plenty of potential in their team, and I can only hope that they will bounce back and have a resurgence in the remainder of the season. As
Absolutely.
of right now, that's all from us, guys. I'll just let you, Bass and Tofu Elliott, have any sign-off words if you guys want.
Yes, GG in the chat, and yeah, catch you later.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm excited to come back in a few weeks. In the meantime, you can catch me either here on Twitch, twitch.tv/TofuElliott, or on Twitter, where I'm much less active than I'm on Twitch. If you want to know why my beard and eyebrows are orange, then you're not watching the stream enough. So definitely get over there and drop a follow, because I stream 5 to 6 days a week, and it's always an absolutely mad time. But I'll leave it now, because honestly, today's just about the British esports and what a couple of series we've had the opportunity to cast here today.
Thank you very much, boys, for your time. And it was a pleasure to work with you, and see you in a few weeks with our next Rocket League broadcast closer to the end of November.
Cheers.
All right, see you later.
I want to start by thanking everyone for joining us for today's Rocket League stream, the first stream back after the half-term break. I just want to fill you in, guys, with a few next events we have organized. The next stream will be this Friday. It's a fun Friday quiz plus a lot of new games with Elliot. So I invite you joining us on Friday afternoon when Elliot will take over the stream. And don't forget about the Esports Summit on Tuesday next week at around 1 p.m. We invite all the teachers and everyone interested in joining and finding out about esports in academia. More than that, obviously, next Wednesday, we're coming back with the Championship Wednesday with League of Legends, and the Wednesday after that with Overwatch. And at the end of the month, on the 28th and 29th of November, we are organizing and hosting the Scottish tournament for Rocket League. So for all the Rocket League lovers out there, please don't forget to join us for that at the end of November. That was all for me. It was a pleasure to be your host for today. My name is Waxen. You can find me on my handle right here. I'm everywhere, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. So please go give me a follow. Thank you very much for joining us for this fantastic Championship Wednesday and for two beautiful, very competitive games. See you soon, and thank you for watching.